Welcome to East Coast Elk Reviews. Today we're reviewing two beers. Oh, that's four. Two beers. Both by Great Lakes Brewing Company. Picked these up maybe about a week and a half ago. Saved two cans, or a can of each, to do the review. So we have their Christmas Ale. So we are in December. Today's December 5th, 2024. And we also have a milk stout by them. This is their Cookie Exchange milk stout. I think we're going to start with a Christmas ale. So yeah, cheers to everybody. Hopefully everyone's having a good Thursday. Cheers, Lep. What's up, bro? Good to see you in the chat, man. Thanks for stopping by. And Cleveland, Ohio. Says stay fresh. Sea bottom for enjoy by date. If you want to check them out, you go to greatlakesbrewery.com. 2/16/25 is the enjoy by date on this one. This can's pretty cold, actually. And this is 7.5% alcohol by volume. It says ale with spices and honey. So quick close up of the can there. Pretty cool looking can art. This was a not too bad of a price. Cheers, Bumpy. What's up, bro? Get my camera settings all set up. Okay. I thought this was on Josh's channel. No, this is mine. This was $12 for a 6-pack, so not a bad price at all. And I think maybe after this I'll probably do maybe like a rate that beer if anyone's interested. If you're around, Bumpy, or maybe just like a Potbelly Pub live hangout. I don't know. Maybe we'll do some beer reviews. We'll see what happens. Without further ado, let's crack this open, pour it up, check out the appearance. Like I said, $12 for a 6-pack, so not a bad price at all. Pour it into our Lindemann's glass here. Pours a very nice ruby color. Looks really nice. Khaki colored head. About 2 finger and a half. Yeah, no worries, Bubby. Eat your dinner, man, and then let me know if you want to do some beer reviews. Lots of effervescence. Good amount of effervescence. Very bubbly. Looks really nice. There's a little bit of a haze to it. Mostly a chilled haze. But there is some nice clarity to the beer. Looks really good. Nose on this. Tons of toffee. I get a good combination of toffee and the honey. So it does have a really nice sweet aroma. And then I get like some dried fruits, maybe some dark chocolate in there. It's like raisin and maybe like a touch of some coffee. I get a little bit of maybe like some like nutmeg as far as like spices. But it definitely smells a lot sweeter than spicy. The spices are just kind of well balanced, which is, in my personal opinion, a good thing. I don't want the spices to be too overwhelming on the nose. Everyone put cinnamon around the rim. I guess I could have done that. That would have been cool. Actually sounds like a good idea. It's probably how they serve it at. They probably ask you if you go there at the brewery. They're probably like, you want cinnamon around the rim? That sounds good. I had an Angry Orchard. Well, I went out with somebody and they got an Angry Orchard and they had cinnamon around the rim. It was actually really good. But yeah, it kind of has that toffee malt sweetness that I was getting with my homebrew. So that like kind of like rich, dark toffee. And then, of course, like a little bit of a biscuity breadiness and a slight floral aspect from the hops. Let's dive in and try it out. Cheers, everyone. Nutmeg. Yeah, definitely. Palate's pretty good, too. I would say that the palate is not as sweet as the nose. I get a little bit more of the spice on the palate. I get a little bit more of the floral citrus on the finish. But you definitely get the nice toffee flavors up front. Biscuity and bready. Touch of the roasty coffee. Dried fruits, raisins. Definitely a little bit more prominent on the palate. .5% is very well hidden, I will say. Mouthfeel, there's like a kind of a sticky sweetness. So it's about lighter side of medium on the mouthfeel. I'd say as far as style, it's drinking pretty good for the style. Not too filling. You can have a couple of these. The spice isn't overpowering to the point where kind of gives you that astringency. Sometimes the spice on some of these Christmas beers, by the time you get through a can or two, you feel like you're like chewing on cinnamon. You get that. I don't know if anybody's ever done the cinnamon challenge when they were younger. I did that. It was pretty stupid. Do a spoonful of cinnamon, but then it totally just dries your mouth out. So I'm not necessarily getting that. I feel like the toffee sweetness does a good job cutting through the spice, but the spice does add a nice flavor component on the finish. It's solid. It's a very good beer. Like I said, 7.5% is pretty dangerous. You can bring this to a Christmas party, and I feel like people will really enjoy it. Yeah. Didn't do like sometimes people throw like cherry in these beers, and I feel like that kind of takes it over the top. It's a little too much. This one, I will say, as far as a Christmas beer, it's very well balanced, and for the price, I mean, you can't go wrong. 6 12-ounce cans for $12, $2 a can, and there's 7.5%. So it's like you could have this with Christmas dinner. Excuse me. And then you can have some more after Christmas dinner, and we'll catch up to you quick. What the hell is ridiculous? What? That's funny. I would say that the cinnamon sugar around the rim, that does sound pretty good. Not gonna lie. Yeah, this is pretty good. I like this beer. I went through the 6-pack. I think this was the last can. So I mean, definitely pretty solid. I've had some of the milk stout. Full disclosure. I've had both of these, of course. Haven't reviewed them. All right, guys. Jeez. But the only other beer that I've had by Great Lakes, they actually had a double IPA. It was the I think I did that on Rate That Beer not too long ago. That was pretty good. It was a double IPA, but it was more of like a I guess you could say American kind of. It wasn't hazy, but it wasn't like West Coast piney. It was like juicy and fruity, but it wasn't like super hazy with the flaked oats and wheat, all that good stuff. But it was a good product. Yeah, that was Rate That Beer episode 76. So I did that 4 days ago. And I believe that one had adjuncts of like fruits, like tangerine and some other citrusy fruits. But yeah, I'm going to pull up the Great Lakes Brewing.com website and see if we can find this beer on here. Oh, they do bottles as well. All right. Well, here is the website. Christmas Ale. Do not open till Christmas. All right. Well, I already did. So whoever coined that phrase obviously hasn't tasted. Should have kept reading. Hasn't coined that phrase. Obviously, it hasn't tasted Christmas ales, fresh honey, cinnamon, and ginger flavors. Oh, okay, ginger. That makes sense. Oh, Oh, they give you the whole breakdown. Nice. ABV 7.5%, 30 IBUs. They use Mount Hood and Cascade hops. I'm guessing the Cascade is that nice citrusy, floral kind of aspect I'm getting on the finish there. And the malts, a nice malt bill. 2-row base, wheat, Crystal 45, special roast, and roasted barley. Specials is honey, ginger, and cinnamon. And they package this in a bunch of different stuff. I got the 6-pack 12-ounce cans. They do 6-pack bottles, 12-pack bottles, 12-pack 12-ounce cans, 16-ounce cans on draft, and a variety pack. I'd like to get a variety pack. That would be cool. So we just recently started getting Great Lakes over here. And yeah, I mean, their beers are pretty solid for what I've had so far. I've talked to a couple of guys in the beer group that also enjoy their stuff. Say their beers are pretty solid. Yeah, I like it. I would definitely I would purchase this again. I actually did get another Christmas beer that I was talking to Alex about, so maybe I'll do a live stream on that. That would be fun. Maybe I'll drink a couple cans of that. All depends on when Bumpy's done eating dinner, I guess. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff I could do. I have some whiskey that I could probably review. I mean, I'm just kind of hanging out tonight, so. But yeah, we'll sit and sip on this a little bit longer. What's everyone in the chat drinking? Let Bumpy, you guys drinking any beer or whoever else? We got 4 people watching. If you guys are enjoying the show, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Definitely helps with the algorithm, for sure. Yeah. Let's I'll go back to the Great Lakes website while I sip on this and check out some of the other beers they have. All right. So this Juicy Vivacious was the double IPA that I had the other day. That's pretty good. Midwest Hazy IPA. Midwest. Amber Lager. Haven't seen the bottles. I've only seen the cans. This Cold Rush Premium Light Lager. That would be cool. I'd like to review that. I hope we get this over here. 4%. Yeah. That'd be awesome. Get that over here, Great Lakes. I'll review it. They got a porter. Looks nice. I'm assuming maybe next year, 2025, that we'll start to see a little bit more of a variety from them. Bumpy's got a pour of Knob Creek Single Barrel Reserve 9-year. Nice, dude. I think I have that, actually, to be completely honest. This one? I only have a little bit left, but is this the one you're drinking? I think that's it. I also have, I don't know if I showed you this, Bumpy, but I did buy this the other day. Knob Creek 12. This was $60, 100 proof, pretty solid. Still have to do a review on that. And I also have to review this as well. The Bourbon Rye, the Boo Rye, Knob Creek Boo Rye, clocking in at 113 proof. So I gotta review that, this in the 12, and then I also have to review this Koval. Haven't reviewed this yet. I haven't put out a video on this one, so I still got to do that as well. Those are 3 whiskeys, and then I have this Blanco that I need to review. So, yeah. Definitely have some stuff that I could do. But yeah, let's look at some more of their beers. Chill Wave Imperial IPA. Vanilla Blackout Stout. That sounds good. bourbon barrel rye. Ooh. Rocket Pop. That'd be cool to review. Nice Kolsch. Yeah, they got a nice little variety. Oktoberfest. Here's the milk stout. Barrel aged blackout stout. Barrel aged Christmas ale. Interesting. 10%. That sounds cool. I'd like to try that. I bet that's good. Sounds solid. All right. Sorry about that. I had to answer some text messages. So for a score on the Great Lakes Brewing Company Christmas Ale, ale with spices and honey. I like this beer, but I do believe it is in like the B range for me personally. I would give it like an 86 out of 100. Um, with that being said, I don't know. I think it's just personal preference. I like that it's very well balanced and the spice isn't overpowering. But maybe I could do with a little bit more honey. I could do with like a little bit more richness from like the dried fruit aspect. Um, maybe dial back on the toffee. I do feel like the toffee is very prominent. It's not overpowering, essentially, but definitely very prominent. Um, and I would like to get maybe like I said, maybe like a little bit more of the darker flavors, like the chocolate and the coffee, because they're coming through, but they're not shining. They're not really like jumping out. Now this beer does have a nice complexity, but I just want those subtle flavors to be a little bit more prominent in the beer. Um, I will say that the 7.5% is very well hidden. It's a very solid drinking beer for sure. Carbonation, didn't even talk about carbonation. It's pretty good as well. About medium carbonation. Yeah, it's a pretty good beer in my opinion. I like it. I enjoy it. Let's finish this off. And we'll move on to the milk stout. All right. Put that over here. We will move on to Milk Stout. Okay. So we have the Cookie Exchange Milk Stout. It says, treat yourself to our seasonal milk stout brewed with a special rotating cookie-inspired flavor, 5.5% alcohol by volume. Anything else? Malt beverage with natural and artificial flavors. Stay fresh. See bottom for enjoy by date. It says enjoy by 4/2/25. So this one's a little bit fresher than the other one. This one has a little bit more of a life expectancy, which is probably the case. Yeah, without further ado, let's crack it open, pour it up. This one was a little bit more expensive, I will say. I think the Christmas ale was, $12 for a 6-pack, and this one was $13, $14 for a 6-pack. So a little bit more. Let's pour it up. Or maybe, was it? No. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this one was 14. So I do believe that this is brewed with lactose, because I have looked it up on the website. And we got a nice motor oil. Or like, yeah, we got a little bit of that like ruby tint at the bottom there. But for the most part, it's kind of like, it's like motor oil. There is actually a lot of effervescence for a stout. And then we got this super fat, poured a pretty aggressive brown 3-finger head on top, holding some good retention. Tight knit bubbles, but we do have some different size bubbles as well. The top is very foamy, sudsy, crackly. Looks pretty good. Nose. The nose on it is really good. It's like fudge. It's like chocolate fudge. Get like a lactose sweetness. And then you do get a nice like biscuity breadiness. I'm assuming that's like that cookie aspect. For me personally, it smells like straight up fudge. Maybe like a touch of vanilla and not raisin, but there's a dried fruit in there. Maybe like a fig. It smells really good. It smells sweet. Touch of coffee. But for the most part, fudge. Let's try it out. Cheers. This is very good for a milk stout. I don't mean to say for a milk stout. I'm saying as a milk stout in general, it doesn't have that overly sweet lactose sweetness. Because typically you get that with milk stouts. This definitely has that sweet chocolate, milk chocolate, but it's not overly sweet. It still has a little bit of that roasty aspect to it. So you also get you get a touch of coffee, and then you get this like bakery style kind of breadiness, like biscuity bakery breadiness. That's that kind of cookie aspect. I'm not actually sure what kind of cookie this is supposed to be. Cookie inspired. I don't know. I don't know what cookie it's supposed to be. When we go to the website, we'll be able to figure it out, though. Yeah, touch of coffee. I will say The only complaint I have with this is like the mouthfeel. The flavor is really good, but the mouthfeel for that 5.5%, it does taste slightly on the thinner side. Now, I don't want to say watered down, but it's definitely on the thinner side for a stout. Now, not to throw out the name there, but compared to like a milk stout from like Treehouse, you can have the same ABV, and you just have that richness. You have that body to the beer, and I do feel like this is kind of lacking in that aspect, but the flavor is phenomenal. It does kind of have this biscuity, bready, cookie-like flavor. And yeah, it's 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 pretty solid. I do like it. I don't know what cookie it is though. And for the amount of effervescence that it has, the carbonation is still on the lighter side. It still has a lighter carbonation. I'm like Goldilocks, and I like my stouts just right. Okay. Whatever that means, Bubby. Cheers, bro. I don't know why lip doesn't have wrench. There you go, Lep. If you're still here, I made you a moderator. Surprised you weren't one already. I like where they went with this. I think they did a really good job. For a beer with lactose, like I said, it's not overly sweet. And it does kind of have that cookie aspect to it. Now, a lot of beers nowadays, they'll put, oh, it's a cookie-inspired stout. It doesn't taste like a cookie. This one does. It definitely does. And for being something that is kind of more like a grocery-style craft, I think that their beers are really, really good. Considering the price, now, you can kind of tell if people are putting like 6-packs, 12-ounce cans out there, it's kind of more for like a mass-produced product, something that you would get in like a grocery store. If you were to get beer in grocery stores, which is ironic because I don't even get beer in grocery stores where I'm at. But yeah, this would definitely stand out amongst the others, in my opinion, for sure. Let's pull up the website. Let's see what they say about the Cookie Exchange Milk Stout. This is also released in October. Okay, so you guys can see this. All right, ABV 5.5%, 15 IBUs, which is pretty low. And I can definitely tell that there's really not much of a bitterness. You do get a slight touch of the coffee, maybe a little bit of, you get more milk chocolate than a dark chocolate or baker's chocolate. Malt is 2-row base, caramel 60, de-bittered black, wheat carapils, and the specials is artificial peanut butter flavor. There's peanut butter in this? Hold on. Power of suggestion, I guess. Maybe a slight nuttiness, but I'm surprised I didn't notice that at first. That's interesting. Maybe I should just call it quits. Just stop doing what I'm doing right now. I'm surprised. I didn't know that there was peanut butter in it. Artificial chocolate flavoring, vanilla extract, and lactose. Packaging is 6-pack 12-ounce cans and a variety pack. Interesting. I did not know that there was peanut butter in this. They don't even say it on the can either. So what kind of cookie would that be? If it's a peanut butter chocolate cookie, is it like a Girl Scout cookie? Excuse me. Oh, okay. So I'm guessing it's supposed to be like a peanut butter patty. Yeah, that would make sense. Now, I don't remember the last time I've had one of those, so I couldn't tell you if it reminds me of that or not. Artificial, we only like natural flavors. I mean, stop lying to yourself, Bumpy. We eat stuff and drink stuff with artificial flavoring all the time. Come on. It's crazy. I would have never guessed peanut butter. Now I can see it, though. There is that nuttiness. I think it kind of makes me like it a little bit more because it's not chalky. It doesn't have that chalky, powdery peanut butter. Solid. Does it taste like a Reese's cup? No. But yeah, they did a good job kind of balancing it out to the point where it's not like that. Like I said, like the powdery, chalky peanut flavor that you typically get when they add peanut flavoring to their stouts or to stouts in general. Cookie Exchange Milk Stout. $14 for a 6-pack, I would say, is totally worth the price. As far as a number, I feel like this one would also be in the B range, but I would rate this one a little bit higher. I would go about 88 out of 100. I do really like this beer. This would be really good for somebody who is kind of getting into craft beer. It's not going to break the bank, and it's going to be a introduction to lactose in your beers. Some milk stouts can be very lactose forward. They might be kind of offensive, or they could just be too sweet, too cloying for somebody who's just getting into craft beer. And I think that they would really enjoy this. Also, like I said, the peanut flavor, peanut butter flavor, I didn't really notice at first. I thought it was just kind of some regular cookie flavor, but with that being said, I kind of wish the peanut butter flavor was a little bit more prominent. But they didn't have that powdery peanut aspect, which is also a plus. So, I mean, it goes both ways, I guess. New watcher, make yourself known. Nah, people don't comment. It's okay. But yeah, 88 out of 100 for the Cookie Exchange Milk Stout. I think this is a solid beer. Like I said, I think this would be really good for somebody just getting into craft beer. Oh, we lost viewers. And then Alex would say, I think we did. It's okay, no worries. I will say the nose on this beer is phenomenal. If I were to just rate the nose would be like a 93, 94. It smells awesome. With that being said, though, it is a little disappointing because the flavor is not as the flavors is not as intense as the nose is. It still has a very good flavor profile, but definitely not as intense as the aromas. Gonna recommend it all day. If you can get this Cookie Exchange Milk Stout in your area, I do recommend picking it up. It's a solid beer. If you can get a variety pack with the Christmas ale and the this milk stout, I'd recommend that variety pack just to try these two, and then whatever they have added to that variety pack, I think would be well worth it. Hopefully, 2025, I'll start seeing more products from these guys. They are fairly new around here, which is cool. It's nice to see more affordable kind of craft beer like this showing up in my area. Because, yeah, I mean, like I said, I paid $12 for a 6-pack of the Christmas ale, 14 for this, so not bad. I'm assuming a variety pack is probably less than $20 typically. If they're going to be $6 for a 12, I think that's usually how it works. Probably $20 for a variety pack. And Great Lakes makes some good stuff. From what I've had, I enjoyed their double IPA, which was kind of more of a fruit forward adjunct fruit flavored double IPA. That was good. That was solid. Both of these were pretty solid for sure. Definitely worth the money. Cheers, JV. What's up, bro? Alex just messaged me. He said he gave your beer a perfect 100. I wish Alex reviewed these beers. I probably like your Christmas ale, to be honest with you. Alex likes the Christmas beers. Probably would like that one. And this one, too. Because Alex likes the milk stouts. Thought it was the Cookie Monster beer. Nope. Not the Cookie Monster beer. Cookie Exchange. But, yeah. Cheers, everyone. Thank you all for stopping by. Probably going to do maybe like another live stream coming up here shortly. Thank you all for commenting in the chat. JV, Bumpyisms, and Lep. And yeah, like I said, I'll probably have something else coming up here shortly. Maybe another live stream. Maybe a Rate That Beer or Potbelly Pub, just kind of hangout style live stream. And cheers, Bumpy. Cheers, everyone. For sure, bro. If there's anything else you guys like to see on my channel, make sure to leave a comment down below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and upcoming videos. Like your beer. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.